They've never led by that much. Now there's a man wide open for a dunk.
Now that was a case that could have been called either way.
Eugene Wall sends Purdue on top, 27-24. Once more, they have to go against the zone. Zalgiris at the line, ball blocked away, recovers, and Phil Ford is open, 25-footer, boom. 9 points for All-American Phil Ford.
It'd be something to have Phil Ford and this guy Nixon on the same ball club that played for Duquesne.
We saw Nixon of Duquesne put on a great exhibition here, 27 points. There's a foul against Zalgiris. He just fouled Bruce Parkinson. That'll be second foul on Zalgiris. Nobody in immediate foul trouble by North Carolina, but they're piling up a lot of team fouls. That's 10. And Purdue's committed 6. Both teams on the bonus here, and this will be Bruce Parkinson at the line again. Broke his wrist last year, and he came in here and turned an ankle, and it was questionable whether he'd play or not. There's Crafterson back there.
Jim, I was down on the floor, as you know, and I'm telling you, it is really hot down there. It is the temperature down there. The governor wanted to not put any heat in this building, as we heard. They don't have to. There's enough heat in here.
Bonus shot coming for Parkinson. Purdue's been pretty strong at the line, 7 out of 8. 28-26 Purdue. 3-point lead again. Now Parkinson's getting another rest. Jerry Seasting returns to the lineup, the sophomore from Martinsville.
That Parkinson's ankle is going to really hurt tomorrow.
5 minutes and 55. He isn't worrying about that right now, though. He's worried about this game. 3-point lead by Purdue. There's Jeff Wolf back in. Now Phil Ford. Here's Crafterson inside. Blocked down by Carroll.
He's tough in that middle and will make it tough under there.
Inside Barry now feeds and Carroll walks. Walking by Carroll. So that'll turn it over to North Carolina.
He's just a freshman, Jim. And
oh, he can play defense.
Situation, and I'll show you what Carroll can do. The ball's going to go in to Crafterson there, and then watch, he just took it right out of his hands and knocked it flat.
North Carolina tries to pull back within 1. That was a pass broken up nicely by Walls. And here goes Parker driving. A block down floor, and here comes North Carolina with Crafterson on those blocks. Kuster to Ford. Ford stops and banks. Rebound is by Kuster underneath. Layup Wolf.
Now that's what you call basketball. Kuster passed that ball under that beautifully.
29-28. Purdue's lead is 1 point with 4:50 to go in the first half. On the post is Carroll. Pivoting. Shot good. Foul on the play. Let's see if the basket counts. Watch Galvin, the official. The foul was on Crafterson, and the basket is good, I believe. Yep, basket is good by Joe Barry Carroll, his first score. He can make a three-pointer when we come back, but right now there's a timeout on the court. The score, Purdue 31, North Carolina 28.
As soon as basketball season was over with, and that wasn't right.
Joe Barry Carroll with a three-point play, and Purdue's got its biggest lead now, 4 points. 32-28. There's a foul in backcourt, I believe, on Walter Jordan. That'll be the first on him.
I believe he kicked that ball.
Well, okay, so it's a violation.
Right.
North Carolina will put it in play. 4:45 to go in the first half. There's a turnover. Here goes Jordan inside. Purdue's press now having an effect. 6 points they lead. 34-28. Bradley over the line. Wild pass to Zalgiris. And now Purdue beginning to get an edge. 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. A steal and layup and another turnover off the press.
North Carolina's in too big of a hurry. They need to settle down. Dean stood up and told him to cool it.
There goes Jordan on the switch. He's cut off by Full Ford, and inside Walls with the left-hander. Rebound hauled off by Dudley Bradley. Good outlet pass to Ford. Fast break. Ford in the lanes.
But North Carolina has to be hoping that they can wear them down by bringing in substitutions and by pressing them and by fast breaking.
There's a turnover to Ford, feeding to Bradley, who'll have an easy layup. Now suddenly it's 34-32. Purdue's lead is 2 points, and Freddie Shaw says, let's halt things right here. A timeout with 3 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the first half, and only a 2-point ball game. But this one's already shown us signs, Bones, that either team can strike at any moment. Go, and there's a foul, an inbounds play by Kuster. Now John Kuster has 3 personal fouls in the first half. He was voted most valuable player of the Atlantic Coast Conference tournament. Kind of an unsung hero for 3 or 4 years for North Carolina. He's looking over at his bench right now to his coach, Dean Smith. And we may see him come out. Bruce Buckley, 6'9", a senior who plays the front line, is checking in. And Kuster guard will come out, means Zalagarius will really guard.
That's right. That's what I was going to say, Jim. It's Zalagarius that will have to go back there. They'll give him a taller ball club. It will not be as quick a ball club.
Jerry Seasting here with a bonus, the 1-and-1. Purdue's been pretty strong at the free throw line so far. 9 out of 10.
Really impressed with this young man. I just think he is a great competitor. I guess they grow him that way in Martinsville, Indiana.
Yeah, you're thinking about Johnny Wooden again.
That's right.
The 1-and-1, and Purdue ups its lead to 4. 36-32. There's the press. Now to Phil Ford, who can usually beat a press. Ford spinning over the line. Still got the ball. Goes under for a layup. Walks. Traveling by Ford. Purdue gets it.
Freddie didn't like that. I said Evansville. It's Martinsville, Indiana.
That's right. Evansville's had some great athletes, too. Now back comes Eugene Parker at the line. Left-handers Parker, and Purdue's answer with 4 straight points. 38-32 with 3:35 to go. Both teams love to run. They can score points in a hurry. Back in the zone, the Boilermakers. Yanniker in the crease.
I tell you, for a big man, he can really shoot that ball, and as long as Cotton, I'll say it again, as long as Cotton's down in there, he's got a good little jumper.
38-34, Purdue up by 4. Time clicking away here in the first half. Here's Seasting dribbling on Ford. They're playing a little give and go right now. How they screen for Parker. Parker on the fall away shot. In, out, no good. Rebound, North Carolina. Picked up by Buckley. Now Ford brings it down. North Carolina trailing by 4. Zalagarius had a hot shooting hand late in the regular season, but he hasn't let anything go yet tonight. There's Ford. He'll go. Rebound comes outside of Eugene Parker, coming down on Ford, and he flips off to Joe Barry Carroll. Carroll with a spin shot on the baseline, and inside, there's pushing off, and it's against Purdue. Wayne Walls, that's number 1 on him. It is also the 8th team foul. Will bring up the 1-and-1. Watch it again.
Right, let's watch what happened.
Watch.
You can see the shot go up.
Watch 40.
All right. Watch him as he goes over, leans over the top of him and knocks him to the floor. And of course that was Walls, Wayne Walls of Purdue.
Bruce Buckley's 1 for 2. Now Freddie Schaus is going to take Walls out for a moment. And he has Gerald Thomas back in there. Fred's got about 8 players that he'll play regularly. That starting 5, Joe Barry Carroll, Jerry Seasting, and Gerald Thomas. They'll see action pretty regularly throughout the game. Bruce Buckley for the 1-and-1. Rebound, Carroll. Free throwing is hurting North Carolina. They're 2 for 4. 38-34. Purdue up by 4. Here comes Seasting. Now Jordan letting one go. And Seasting is there. Seasting fouls.
He charged him.
That'll be the 2nd foul on Jerry Seasting.
Made a beautiful pass off. You're going to watch that play again. All right, there's Seasting jumping in, right straight in, trying to put the ball up.
Bones, interesting to me, they're not calling that ball control. He seemed to still have the ball there at contact, but they're calling this a shooting foul.
Well, he thought he had that baseline clear when he drove in there, and of course O'Corn was right there in the way.
Mike O'Corn, just a freshman, 6'7", a very powerful forward, playing a new position tonight. He'll get the bonus. 38-35. He's normally a strong forward, but he's playing the small forward in Walter Davis's old spot tonight.
Oh, you got to be right to have the right bounce.
38-36. The clock shows a little over 2 minutes to go in the first half. Booker under. There's a bounce pass and the layup blown, but then tapped in by Jordan.
They used the back door on him that time. Seaston saw him going, and of course Jordan went with it.
40-36 Purdue. That's John Virgil, another freshman lineup for North Carolina. There he is. That's Virgil now on the crease. He'll take the shot. Rebound, and the foul's on Buckley, trying to get around the shoulder of Thomas. Number 2 on Bruce Buckley, and Gerald Thomas will go back to the Purdue line. Thomas averaging 4.6, scored 12 points against both Ohio State and Michigan, so in the big games, he played pretty well. Zalagarius returns for North Carolina, replacing Virgil. Only a minute 32 to go in the first half. Purdue holding a 4-point lead. They've been up by 6 once or twice. And Dudley Bradley, number 22, comes back on the court, replacing Bruce Buckley. Neither coach will hesitate to go to his bench. North Carolina substituting very freely in the first half. Gerald Thomas at the line for Purdue. They'll get the bonus.
Those things are precious because they're free, and anything free is precious.
12 out of 13 Purdue has hit. That's kept them in the lead here in the first half. 13 out of 14. On the break, Zalagarius. And it's lost out of bounds by North Carolina. Purdue will get it, leading by 6. 42-36. Minute 23 to go. You're wondering now, the Boilermakers might think about running off a little clock here, but let's see. Don't show any signs of it.
I don't think they will, Jim.
Eugene Parker and Jerry Seasting the guard. Ball batted away. North Carolina's got it on the turnover. Here comes Zalagarius. And this is O'Korn coming in the lane. O'Korn coming through is fouled. That'll be on Jordan. The second one on Jordan. And we'll watch it again.
Watch this situation now. Here comes O'Korn driving for the basket. He splits those two men. See how he did? He put the ball up, and now he wanted the basket to be counted good. He said that Carroll was really goaltending that. He might have been, Jim. I don't know.
Well, it was close. That ball was right up at its peak. Of course, you can't hit it if it's going down. 2 shots to O'Korn.
Now, that's 2 foul shots that could have fallen over here.
42-37. O'Korn will try to cut it to 4. The minute 5 to go. First half. Rebound tipped back outside for North Carolina to Phil Ford. 1 minute to go in the half. Purdue up by 5.
I figure they'll look for a good shot, but that evidently was supposed to be a good one.
Yeah, Bradley spotted instead, and there goes Bradley following through, and now Purdue's got it. Down by Jordan.
There's a battle under those baskets. I mean, at both ends.
40 seconds to go in the first half. Purdue with the ball. I think Freddie Schaus wants his team to hold it for a shot here.
He's going to take it, Parker.
A long one. And the rebound, North Carolina. 30 seconds to go in the half now. Ford on the fast break. Ford, 18-footer.
He's going to take that. I don't care what, because that's his play.
13 points in the first half by Ford. 42-39.
Schaus is saying 1 shot, and they're going on.
There goes Seaston driving. Ball is blocked down. And on the floor, it'll be scooped up, and that'll be taken by North Carolina. Back comes Ford with 8 seconds to go. Ford driving, spinning, puts it up. Got it, foul. Basket's good.
I'll tell you that every person in this place, I believe, is standing. That was a beautiful play. That was a fumble for it, as there has been so many times. And Ford simply came out of the pack with it.
And he can tie the score, Bones. That's 15 points in the half for Phil Ford, and a chance for his second 3-point play of the half.
And it's all happened when Freddie Schaus was asking just 1 shot.
Ford at the line. 1 for 1. That ties it up for the 5th time at 42 all. And here's a long one up now by Parker. Oh, gun, a beautiful shot from 30 feet by Eugene Parker, and Purdue breaks the tie right at the
basketball.
Here we go for Purdue. 22 is Joe Barry Carroll, and he's out for Rich Yoniker, and the tip is controlled by North Carolina. Grabbed by Phil Ford. Tar Heels will try to tie it right at the outset. Ford, who was the outstanding individual player in the first half offensively. Weak side pass is blocked down, and Purdue's got it. The Boilermakers alert on the defense. Back is Wayne Wall. Now Jordan spinning with a jump shot. Rebound North Carolina. Now by Yoniker. Tar Heels still running on the break. This is Phil Ford splitting his men, driving. Rebound pulled off by Carroll. 44-42 Purdue. Well, they've started the second half just as the first with a hot tempo. Open is Parkinson, wide open.
That was tough. He was almost behind the basket, Jim.
Purdue up by 4, 46-42. Sometimes getting the first basket's a big psychological advantage. Purdue back in the zone.
They're going to stay there for a while. They're going to protect some people, plus they're going to take advantage of Carroll's ability to block shots.
Ford into Yoniker. O'Corn cannot penetrate.
I'm surprised they're not overloading one side or the other and try to put two men in one man's area.
There's O'Corn getting an open spot inside and not hitting him. Carroll is down with a rebound. 46-42, Purdue by 4. Bruce Parkinson starting the second half. Remember, he has an angle that isn't completely well. Walls clears it out. Now here's Jordan on the baseline. Rebound is taken away by Jordan, who drives in. Blocked inside by Yoniker. And North Carolina comes up with a big defensive play.
And Yoniker makes a fast break. He's the first man down the court after he blocked that shot.
Buckley trying to go to O'Corn, threw it away. So 2 turnovers has cost North Carolina here in the first 2 minutes of the second half. They're trailing by 4, but they had a big defensive play a moment ago.
All right, let's watch this move along the line. Here comes Jordan. Jordan coming in there. Now, watch the block shot. He did not touch him with his hands, and after he blocked that shot, he was the first man back down the floor.
Phil Ford eluding the sudden stop by Bruce Parkinson, the veteran guard for Purdue. Backdoor, and there's the Jordan going in. Pulled the string beautifully, did Purdue.
And this is what you have to do against North Carolina, and most of the time they're able to compensate. Yoniker should have made that move that time.
48-42. Purdue's gone up by 6. It's been all Purdue here in the second half. They've outscored North Carolina 4-0. Kuster got by his man, but picked up on a switch. Now weak side pass to Dudley Bradley for a jump shot.
And though he hasn't played a great deal, he is a good shooter. Those things just don't come to you.
44-48. There's a pass blocked down. A turnover. North Carolina. O'Corn feeding to Ford. Ford for the layup, and he's fouled. A follow-through will not count. A foul is on Parkinson. Now we'll watch the turnover.
Here's the move. O'Corn has the ball here, driving down the middle. He's going to pass off to Ford to the right. He passes off to Ford, and Ford goes in, and Parkinson gets him on the arm, as you see, and then Dudley Bradley dunked the ball, but it didn't count.
Now Ford will try to get North Carolina in the scoring column in the second half. He was second in the Player of the Year balloting by the U.S. basketball writers. They picked Marcus Johnson of UCLA. Phil Ford here finished second. 48-46. North Carolina with 4 straight points has come back within 2. We've played 3 minutes in the second half. Eugene Parker. Now Parkinson down the middle, in close. Beautiful play. Parkinson saw the defense, was able to hold up and score.
Most of the time it had gone on and foul. That was a beautiful move by Parkinson.
Well, his return's big inspiration, I'm sure. Now Ford to Kuster, back out to Ford. 4-point lead by Purdue.
It's tough without overload to beat a zone.
Kuster inside, and rebound put up by Dudley Bradley, blocked by Purdue.
Blocked by Carroll.
There's Parkinson now on the break to Parker. And here's Jordan with a shot away. And Jordan gets it on the break for his 10th point. Purdue goes up by 6 again.
They're both going up and down the court, Jim, as fast as they possibly can. Whenever they have a chance, they take the shot.
North Carolina has not found the answer to the Purdue zone. And that's turning the game in favor of the Boilermakers. 16 minutes to go. 52-46, Purdue. Wolf and Craftsison are out. Back in are Yoniker and O'Korn for North Carolina.
Now, what Schaus wants them to do now is to milk this thing a little bit. They've got a 6-point lead. He wants them to get it to 8. You work it up to 10. You get in a commanding position.
They're going to force North Carolina, I think, to come out of the zone, or will they? 1-3-1 zone's what North Carolina's showing. Gets it away to Walls. Parker down to Jordan for a hook shot. No good. Rebound is put up by Walls. Rebound North Carolina. Dudley Bradley with it. They get it to Ford. Ford, the stop jump.
And I'll tell you, he's got a patent on that thing. If I were him, I'd take it out and send it to Washington and get it patented for life.
52-48. You'll find some coaches that would buy it. Walls being harassed by O'Korn. Walls, left-hand shot. Rebound, Wall foul, going over the top. That'll be number 2 on Wayne Walls of Purdue. 52-48, Boilermakers are in the lead. Boilermakers' nickname came as sort of a joke back years and years ago. They were called blacksmiths, rail splitters, Boilermakers. And the fans picked up the joke, liked it so much they kept the name. And so Boilermakers it's been with a colorful athletic history all through the years. 4-point lead by Purdue, 52-48. The zone's been tough on North Carolina.
I've seen Dean play it in a different manner from which he's played, and I'm sure he's doing the right thing.
Kuster puts up a shot that's not good. Rebound is down by Purdue's Jordan. Walter Jordan. Parkinson gets his man screen off. Here's Parkinson under for a layup shot that is pulled down by Yoniker and tied up by Walls.
He's not mad. He just plays that way.
Yoniker and Walls a junior, Yoniker a freshman. Oh, with 14 and a half minutes to go, there's a timeout on the court with a score. Purdue 52, North Carolina 48. Wolf by North Carolina, grabbed by Dudley. Purdue leads by 4. They're set up again in the zone with Carroll in the middle.
Now they're breaking a man through.
There's Zalgiris open. That's the first basket by Tom Zalgiris. 52-50. Jump switch on Parkinson, but he's there. Here goes Walls driving. Shot is blocked. Rebound pulled down by Yoniker. North Carolina a chance to tie. Bill Ford. Stop jump. In, out. Rebound is down by Walls. Boy, Purdue's played a tough game on the boards and has kept them on top. 52-50 Purdue. Jordan here. And he is fouled by Dudley Bradley. That'll be number 2 on Bradley of North Carolina. Team fouls now. That's the first on North Carolina in the second half. Purdue's committed only 2.
They're going so fast they can't foul each other, Jim.
Can't find them.
That's right.
You got to catch them to foul them, right, Bones? 52-50. Purdue leads by 2. Here are more changes. Jerry Seaston back in at guard, and Tom Scheffler back in at center for Purdue. Scheffler has 3 fouls in the first half, and Carroll has played a solid defensive game for Freddie Schaus in the middle. North Carolina zoning right here. Now they'll stay in the zone. Parkinson out of the corner. Oh, what a return he's made.
He must love that because it's almost behind the basket from where he's shooting it.
54-50. He's made 2 out of 2 of those so far tonight. 4-point lead by Purdue.
Now North Carolina's working the offense they usually work against the zone, cutting a man through, putting 2 men in the same position.
There's 4 behind the screen. 22 points for Phil Ford, and 13 minutes to go yet. 54-52. Now Purdue setting it up. They've got Scheffler back in the post. And Freddie Schaus wants them to spread it out some more. Trying to pull North Carolina out of this zone. Right now he's refusing to play against the zone. Holding a 2-point lead. North Carolina's going to be forced to come out and force the action.
Well, they can wait 25 seconds, and the referee is counting it off. You can see on the far side, as long as he penetrates beyond the line that protrudes out, he's all right.
Well, they switch now to man for man, and there's a hacking foul by Michael O'Corn. Number 1 O'Corn. Purdue will put it back in play. Was not shooting. 2-point lead for the Boilermakers. Winner plays either Hofstra or Notre Dame. Notre Dame leading at the half by a fairly wide margin tonight in that one up north. Now North Carolina double teaming.
I like this young boy Seasting right there.
And a half-court zone press right now, Bone. Here's Seasting seeing an opening, penetrating, keeping the defense off balance. It is chasing the North Carolina defense around right now.
Shuffler had a shot then, but wouldn't take it. I guess they have the word, don't, unless you have a layup until they start man for man.
There's a shot put up and in by Walls. Well, they worked for the good shot to get it. 56-52. The game settling down more of a deliberate pace right now as time clicks away. We're inside the 12-minute mark. Ford under pressure has it in. 24 points for Phil Ford.
He's kept him in this ball game by penetrating and getting that shot going on the fast break and getting his shot.
56-54 is the Purdue lead. North Carolina's back in a man-for-man defense. They switch defenses again. Coach for Shepard. Now here goes Walls driving for the hook shot that is good. Wayne Walls. Purdue really working the baseline. 58-54. Purdue back up by 4. Zalgiris at the line. That's the second basket in this half by Tom Zalgiris, junior from Michigan.
There have been a lot of great games around the country today, but I guarantee this is one of the better ones.
Then it back door, and goes, and they block, and he put it in again. Walter Jordan with a fine recovery.
Change of direction, that's all it was, back door.
60-56, Purdue dancing between a 2- and a 4-point lead in the middle stages of the second half. North Carolina has not been even in this half. They were tied in the final seconds. Here's a long one up by Yannicker from the corner.
I tell you, he's a good shooter. He's going to be a big forward next year, they tell me.
60-58. 10.5 minutes to go in the game. Still a man-for-man defense for North Carolina.
Now to be successful, they're going to have to change direction and be able to penetrate one or the other.
As a foul, that's going to be on O'Corn. Third foul on Michael O'Corn. There's a pushing foul, and Freddie Shaw's talking with his players here while he has a chance. Dean Smith making changes. O'Corn will go to the side, so with Yannicker, Crafterson's back in, and Bruce Buckley's back in.
He's going to try to keep them fresh, so when they go in those last 5 minutes, there's 10 minutes and 11 seconds to play right now, but when they go in those last 5 minutes, North Carolina's going to be a little bit more rested, not much.
That was a bad pass. Thrown away. Unusual mistake by Bruce Parkinson.
Happens to the best of them.
Okay, North Carolina now with a chance to tie. They haven't had many opportunities to pull even in this half. 60-58 Purdue.
They're going to run number 3, whatever that is.
We're going to watch it. They're overloaded. Trying to penetrate. Ooh. They almost have Zalgiris behind the defense. Purdue doing a good job. Huster penetrating. Now they're looking pretty carefully here now is North Carolina. This is Phil Ford, who's carried the scoring punch. He's got 24 points. Right now, Purdue leading by 2 points. And they go to Ford cut off. Has to clear it back to Huster.
They don't want it in that corner. Purdue's playing good defense, there is no doubt.
25-footer Ford. Rebound by Purdue. Hauled in by Walter Jordan. And another solid game he's playing for the Boilermakers. 60-58. There's a near turnover and loose ball on the floor. We'll have a shot. Down goes Walls for Purdue. And down goes Zalagaris for North Carolina. 9 minutes and 7 seconds to go in the game. And we get a timeout. So there's timeout on the court with a score. Purdue 60, North Carolina 58. Now becomes pretty important. Tip is controlled by Purdue. Grab by Walter with Jordan. Seasting still in there giving Eugene Parker a rest. Here's Jordan. Beautiful play with Jordan breaking in to get the shot from the line. 62-58. Back to a 4-point lead is Purdue, and North Carolina once more trying to cut into the lead.
Back in their zone defense too, Jim.
Yep.
North Carolina's had very little success with it.
There's Dudley Bradley, tipped up by Clafferson in there. Steve Clafferson on the follow. 62-60, back to a 2-point lead. 8.5 minutes to go. John Kuster with 3 fouls. Back is guarding Seasting. Now, pressure defense. There's the ball banked off of Zalagaris' leg out of bounds. And North Carolina has now stepped up the intensity of its pressure defense.
They sure have, because the only thing he could do then was throw it off, and he did it.
Rich Yoniker, 6'9" freshman center, comes back in for North Carolina, replacing Clafferson, who got the tap in.
The amazing thing to me that the fouls, North Carolina has 3 as team fouls, and Purdue has only 2 at this late in the game.
Playing a very aggressive game, so 62-60, and a very good game. Seasting getting a hand now. Back in there is Eugene Parker, rested and ready to play guard again. Here goes Parkinson with a fall away. Parkinson. Rebound is down by Yoniker for North Carolina. North Carolina again could tie the score. Trailing by 2 points. 8 minutes to go. Fans all realize now that if North Carolina ever gets even or gets into the lead, they'll go to their 4 corners, but they cannot as long as they trail. And Purdue, of course, realizing it too, has played a brilliant game. There goes Zalagaris driving, feeds inside to Yoniker, and his shot is blocked out of bounds. Boy, what tough defense the Boilermakers have played inside.
They have done a tremendous job in that foul line. O'Corin going back into the ball game now. They need him very, very much. Buckley coming out, O'Corin going in.
Scheffler also goes out, and Joe Barry Carroll comes back in for Purdue. He's the 7-foot center there. He is 22 in the bottom corner of your screen. O'Corin inside, tries for a layup, can't get it, and Carroll has the rebound. Oh, he's been a tower of strength on the boards.
Good time to get him in the ball game, as Schaus did.
Yep, Purdue comes down, leading by 2, 62-60. There again is Wall cut off. Now Parker's relieving Parkinson some from the playmaking role. Here he comes. Parker feeds under, blocked out. No, it's going to be North Carolina's ball. It was touched in there by Carroll.
A little bit too hard. You got to be a little bit more patient now. 7 minutes, 16 seconds. You got to be a little more patient. But you still got to run, because that's your game. That's the game of both of them.
62-60. 25-footers, Zalagaris ties it up. Now the score is tied for the 6th time of the game, but the first time of the second half. 7 minutes to go, 62-62. Now Schaus wants to wave his team out. North Carolina's in a zone. He's going to force them to come out of the zone. Schaus is as aware of North Carolina's 4-corner attack as anyone else.
They put him, Dean got up, put him in a man-for-man.
Yep. Back to the man-for-man. Parkinson under. Now here's Bryant with a shot. And it is no good. Put up inside by Walls, and now grab by North Carolina. Well, we may see the 4 corners now, as Kuster almost turned it over, and it's batted out of bounds. Purdue, North Carolina's ball.
Well, one of those things, you're very fortunate there. Schaus don't understand it from his position. He's a long ways from it. He likely, or he couldn't see exactly what happened. I thought the referee called it right. They want somebody to clean the floor now.
Well, we're going to see the spread attack now, Bones, that North Carolina calls the 4 corners.
Oh, get it.
Michael Corn taking a breather there as they mop up the floor. I'll tell you, Bones, this has been a draining ball game.
I don't believe, Jim, I've ever seen 2 ball clubs run. And this is 34 minutes now that they have played and have been up and down that court, have played defense at both ends, The transition has been tremendous. I haven't seen a ball game like this in years.
Okay, the four corner starts with 6:26 to go. And a tie score, 62-62.
There it goes.
Yep, they spread out now, and Phil Ford, who operates the middle, this will force Purdue come out of the zone. The score is tied, and so the onus is on Purdue. Paul Galvin, the official, just looked up the scoreboard. He doesn't know what the score is, but he's going to have to warn Purdue to come out.
Dean Smith wants the referee to count. He's counting.
Yeah, here they come.
Now he tells them to play ball. All right, now they must penetrate. The defense must come out, is what he's telling them.
Bill Ford, of course, the key man in this attack. He runs in the middle. He watches the big man to run the back door. Always looking for the outlet man.
Now, you know, Jim, if North Carolina comes down again and it's tied up, and they do not go after him after 5 seconds, it is a technical foul. He does not have to warn them again.
Custer running the back. There's the layup to O'Corn, and he's fouled by Carroll. Number 1 by Carroll. O'Corn will go to the line for 2 shots. We're in a stage of the game now where the free throws, of course, become very vital for both teams.
Watch the move. That's Custer going around his man. He fakes it, passes under, and the shot, as you can see, Carroll came in and got O'Corn. And O'Corn has missed his first foul shot.
Okay, another chance to break the tie. 62-62 with 5:27 to go. This is awesome pressure here for these young players. Just a freshman, O'Corn. Rebound is kept outside of Purdue. Grabbed by Jordan, and now the Boilermakers have it, and they're in command. Let's see if they spread it out. They're going to come back with about the same type of thing, but first, Freddie Schaus wants to huddle up. 5 minutes and 16 seconds to go. There's timeout on the court. The score, North Carolina 62 and Purdue 62. Inbounds play to Parkinson. And Parker. There's a bat. Zalagaris diving on his chin there, trying to keep the ball in play, and Freddie Schaus complaining to Booker Turner.
Watch the situation now. Ball's bounced in, and Custer comes after it, goes down, just dives right on the floor after it.
We'll keep you posted on the time. 5 minutes and 5 seconds to go. Tie score between Purdue and North Carolina. Purdue's ball. This is Parkinson with Ford on him. Purdue's attack has come from the big men. And there goes flying offensive foul.
Well, he hooked him.
Walter Jordan.
Something to pick up from the pros when you see him hook.
Dawkins, I think he might have stepped out of bounds, Bones, if he hadn't committed the foul. Let's watch it.
All right, watch the pass goes in to Wall, to Jordan, and he wheels. He caught him with his arm there. I thought he put his hand behind his head. The referee did.
He did. Offensive foul. North Carolina gets the ball. That's the third foul on Jordan. They're back to the four-corner spread now. Now Purdue here is...
I don't believe he has to warn them to come.
Nope, counts on. There's the technical foul.
That's right. That's
5 seconds. Technical foul.
He does not have to warn them on that after he does it one time.
The technical foul was called by Paul Galvin. You called it correctly, Bones, and a warning had been the previous time down floor, and now North Carolina gets Phil Ford at the free throw line and then the ball. Final 5 minutes to go. Notre Dame leads Hofstra 73-62 with 5 minutes to go. So it's not quite over there yet. Phil Ford on the technical free throw. He's 4 for 4 at the line. That's the first time North Carolina has led in the second half. 63-62 with 4 minutes and 36 seconds to go. Now Fred is appealing here to Booker Turner, but it's going to be to no avail. North Carolina will get the ball at midcourt off the technical foul, and they'll be back in the four corners now with a 1-point lead. (63-62). The temptation, of course, is to try and double team the man with the ball, but you always leave somebody free when you do that. Phil Ford trying to free one of those big men on the baseline. when he's double teamed, somebody, the ball batted away, loose ball, grabbed by Purdue. Good play by the Boilermakers. Now they've got a chance to recapture the lead.
He shouldn't stay down in there. There are 2 men on out back there that he cannot see, and that's what happened that time. They slapped it out of his hand.
63-62 North Carolina. 4 minutes to go in the game. The big man this has been Walter Jordan. Parkinson in traffic. Both these coaches very much in the game. There's Dean Smith. Now here's Booker. Driving shot by Parker. Eugene Parker puts Purdue back in the lead.
Well, they were patient that time and worked for the good shot. Now the pressure's on North Carolina to come back.
Yeah, they have to go out of the 4 corners now. And they'll be looking for a good shot here. Time clicks on. 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Bill Ford at another near turnover.
They got to fake that pass a little bit more now because they're going to be anticipating in there. And no sense in, you've got to keep the passing lanes open and keep it out of the corners. That's where they can double team you.
Very cautious game being played here by North Carolina. 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Purdue leads by a point.
Don't penetrate just for the heck of it as far as North Carolina's concerned. And that's what Purdue would like for them to do, is to try to penetrate and stop it.
Now here's Ford. He's open. Rebound by Purdue. Grabbed by Eugene Parker, and what a terrific game he's played, both ends of the floor. Now Purdue's got it with a 1-point lead. 64-63. Kuster fouls. Fouling Parkinson. That's the 4th foul on Kuster.
Foul a pretty good man, too.
Well, it's only team foul number 4, Bones, so there'll be no free throwing. Unless it's called an intentional foul. I don't think it will be.
No, it couldn't be.
Purdue will put it in play. Purdue 64, North Carolina 63. Now 2 minutes and 25 seconds to go.
I can't believe that no more fouls have been made in the second half with the intensity these two clubs have played.
Now North Carolina has the pressure here. Almost had a backdoor setup. Inside, a layup is hit by Jordan. Jordan with 16 points. Purdue leads by 3 with 2 minutes to go. Back in their zone they go. They got a forced off. Under O'Corn, layup fouled. Personal foul is on Walls. That's the 3rd on Walls. Now Mike O'Corn, you'll recall, went to the line with a score tied out of the 4 corners and missed twice. Now he's up there again. Left 3 in a row he's missed.
Watch this play you just saw. The pass was made underneath. O'Corn goes back up, trying to get the basket, and fouled by Wall or fouled by Carroll. I don't know, Jim. I believe Carroll was the one that got him. The other guy may have gotten credit for it.
2 shots to O'Corn. 66-64. 2-point lead. 1:55 to go. O'Corn can cut it to 1.
How much more graceful he was that time than the time that he missed the 2 foul shot.
Yep.
He's caught with a mismatch when he's trying to go with Parkinson, but that's what he got.
And here it is thrown away. North Carolina gets the ball, trailing by a point. The clock shows no more time, Bones, but that can't be right.
No, it's about 2 minutes, maybe a little bit less.
Now they're going to call time right here to check things.
With Smith just handling the small case.
They're trailing by 1 point with a little over a minute and a half to go. Time now become the most important element. There's the ball, almost got away. Recaptured by Zalgiris.
You got to fake that thing in a little. You got to fake it a little bit more. You're telegraphing your passes.
Zalgiris
shoot it.
North Carolina leads on Zalgiris' field goal with 1:13 to go.
Dean's put his fist up. I think that's man for man.
Yep, they're in the man for man. 1:07 remaining. Here's where, of course. Now here's Jordan. And a jump ball. He did not get the timeout.
Called it too late.
Yep. They'll give you that with about 3 seconds to go, or 2 maybe. Jordan had about 1 second left on the count. And he got a jump ball. Now Purdue has the advantage. Jordan is 6'8". And O'Corn 6'7". They'll jump here at the Purdue circle. 59 seconds to go.
He's going to tip to the man on his front left, and that's going to be Carroll. He's going to tip to his tall man. They're deciding now as to who should be jumping.
Dean Smith yelling to his team. He's trying to station his players somewhere else. Now he wants Zalagaris out of the way. And here we're going to get a timeout for Purdue.
And it's that
1 minute to go. Freddie Schaus doesn't want to take any chances of anybody misunderstanding anything, because this could be the play that decides the ball game.
Well, he's gone to Carroll so many times, and if Carroll were not in there, he's gone to Jordan so many times on this jump ball because of the size. Now, the man closest in that situation when they were lined up before they came back to double team Carroll was Phil Ford, and he's not big enough to do it. And so I imagine Dean won that time out just as much as Schaus did, because when you get to 59 seconds on a 1-point difference, this is the basketball game now, and there's no tomorrow for the team that loses.
All right, Purdue still can call 3 timeouts if they wish. North Carolina can call 4. 59 seconds remaining. North Carolina 67, Purdue 66. The lead has changed hands 13 times tonight, and it's been tied on 6 occasions, once here in the second half. It's strange that Purdue carved their first half lead at the free throw line, and they have not been at the line in the second half, and North Carolina has hit 5 out of 7. So the die is cast here. The pressure's on Purdue to produce offensively, and on North Carolina to produce defensively.
You know, one of the rules they're thinking about, Jim, is never having a jump ball anymore. One takes it out one time, one the other. If they had that rule now, oh, would it mean something to one of them?
Right. Well, Purdue ended Indiana's long 37-game winning streak in the Big Ten, and it just as soon come through here again, another clutch game. Tip control to North Carolina.
That was crucial. Purdue had a tough break.
Man-for-man defense. Now North Carolina would be just as happy to run off some clock with Phil Ford running the middle of the 4 corners. They'll take a layup, of course, if they can get it. Phil Ford double team, finds the open man. 35 seconds to go. North Carolina leading by 1.
He needs some rest there. Custer needs to come in there and take some of that. Now, if they stay with him 5 seconds, you know what that means.
Yep. There's a near turnover picked up by Yannick on a foul against Purdue.
Look at Yannick run to the foul line. He does that.
A foul is on Parker. That'll be the second one on Eugene Parker of Purdue. And Rich Yannick goes to the line.
Well, he went to the line in the Atlantic Coast Conference tournament when it was right down the line. He stood there with both feet on the line, as he is now, spread apart. Usually you have one in front of the other, but that's the way he shoots foul shots. And if he had committed the foul, he would have run to the other end, just as he ran to that end when he was shooting.
Well, he's a 79% shooter, but Bones will never really put much stock in that. He's not going to shoot here, of course.
No.
That was only the 16th foul. One more, and North Carolina goes on the bonus.
That was his anxiousness.
I would think probably North Carolina is just as happy to keep the ball here, Bones, as take a chance at the line.
Oh, I would be.
With 20 seconds to go. Into Corn, and he is fouled by Carroll. Now this is going to bring up the 1-and-1. 19 seconds to go. Freddie Schaus exhorting his team from the Purdue bench. Dean Smith doing the same from the North Carolina bench down the way. And Michael Corn steps in the line. He's been, well, he's almost put in the goat roll and then in the heroes roll at the line here tonight. He missed 2 with a score tied. He came back and hit 2 with a score tied. So let's see what happens here. This team leading by 1. Rebound, Purdue. And Purdue is calling for a timeout with 16 seconds to go. Purdue is going to get another chance here, and this one could be one to pull it out. So now, Bones, here's a strategy we might see. North Carolina has 4 team fouls. They're going to play extremely aggressive defense. They could commit 2 fouls without Purdue going to the line.
But they better be sure that the guy's not going for that basket and it's a 2-shot foul.
Full court pressure defense. There's the story. 16 seconds remaining. Purdue with a chance here to take the lead and perhaps win the game. North Carolina trying to apply defensive pressure. Only 16 seconds to go. And the Parkinson, he walked. It was O'Corn who missed the free throw, and he caused the turnover.
Absolutely. And when he turned around, Houston had position. Now it's a matter of getting the ball inbounds. 13 seconds to play. If they're going to foul somebody, you can be sure of that.
That'll be a 1-and-1. Now it's Purdue. I'm sure at that last timeout, Bones picked out the man they want to foul. It might be O'Corn. But Dean Smith's going to talk to his team. 13 seconds to go. North Carolina calls a timeout. Still a 1-point lead by North Carolina, 67-66. And I don't know what it'll be in Atlanta, but it can't be any more exciting than this.
No, there's no way. And Freddie Schaus thought that the official called it a little bit quick. But I don't think that Parkinson really thought that Houston was there. And when he turned around, it was necessary to keep from driving into him, making an offensive foul. It was necessary for him to take that little shuffle step. It's a tough thing. I know that Parkinson is sick over it, but the ball game isn't over yet.
Well, Purdue, of course, while you're looking at North Carolina, Dean Smith wants to make sure, number one priority, you get the ball in play.
That's right.
And preferably, you get it into your top man, Phil Ford.
Yeah, they may either go back court or they may go deep with that thing. But I imagine that they're going to have somebody back so that there's not going to be any layup.
Purdue, on the other hand, they like to prevent North Carolina from getting in play. That would give them the ball. Or they'd like to intercept or cause a foul. If not, they're going to pretty soon have to go to a foul of their own to try and force a turnover. North Carolina is not necessarily going to be trying to score. They have the lead by a point. 67-66 with 13 seconds to go. It was this way with 1 minute to go. That's when Tom Zalagaris hit about a 25-foot shot to put North Carolina in that lead. Now the teams have played 46 seconds, and nobody has scored. Zalagaris is going to pass it inbounds. And it'll go to Phil Ford in backcourt. There's Ford fouled in the backcourt by Parker. Third foul on Parker with 10 seconds to go. And now they send up Ford to the line, and he's the most experienced and one of the most competitive players in the North Carolina lineup. He's 5 for 5 of the line and 25 points.
If he makes this, here goes Carroll back in the ball game because they want to be sure to get that ball off the board. If he makes these 2 foul shots, or if he makes one of them, then you can be sure that North Carolina is going to be careful about whether they make a foul or not.
Yep. Very big shots right here by Phil Ford. 2-point lead against the bonus. 26 points. 68-66. Biggest lead by North Carolina in the second half. 3-point lead. Now 10 seconds to go. Here comes Seasting driving. Seasting up. Rebound tipped outside. North Carolina's got it. They'll win. 1 second, it's over. North Carolina's Dean Smith down to shake hands with Freddie Schaus. North Carolina has come from behind in the final minute to defeat Purdue in an outstanding ball game, 69-66. Led by their All-American Phil Ford, who scored 27 points. The Tar Heels move on to the Eastern Regional, where they'll play probably Notre Dame in the first round Thursday, and that'll complete the pairing. It'll be VMI against Kentucky in the other game in the East. And so we're coming toward the end of a busy day of NCAA football. Tonight's game has been produced by Bill McElvain, directed by Billy McCoy, technical director by Joe Kwiatkowski. And now for Bones McKinney, this is Jim Thacker saying so long from Reynolds Coliseum in Raleigh, North Carolina. The final score in a thriller dinner. North Carolina 69 and Purdue 66.